Hi, it's Jenna. I don't know. Hi. So today, I'm gonna be telling a story about something that wasn't really an event. It was kind of like a series of events that led up to the ending, you know? So basically, this is a story about someone who used to go to my school who was really, I don't know, scary and creepy and weird and gross, and I don't know how to describe them, okay? So, okay. Also, I'm sorry for the glare. And I won't be using anyone's name because, I don't know, I don't want to say it and then people at school are gonna watch it and then it's just gonna be, because then, they'll probably know who I'm talking about, okay? But I just want to get right into it because I don't want to stall. It's already been over a minute. So this is a story of a guy named, what could his name be? We're gonna name him Casey, okay? Casey. His name is Casey. And it was the first day of school. And I walked in the 5th period, sat by my friend, went to lunch, everything normal. I mean, obviously it was new because it was the first day of 8th grade, So then, why can't I think of anything? So then I came back from lunch and just sat at my table by my friend. We're gonna say her name is Jane, okay? I sat by Jane. And she kept telling me oh yeah, that kid over there, he likes me, he's been staring at me in all the classes, I look over, he's new, he didn't go to the school last year. I can describe who he's tall, but not as tall as me. And for reference, I'm probably a tiny bit 6 feet, a tiny bit under or over, right? I'm tall, He's right there maybe. I don't know, he had blonde kind of the hair that kind of goes down. But it wasn't I don't know how to describe it. It had that kind of zigzag pattern, I guess. And it was straight. It was blonde. His eyes, never really noticed the color. But the way that he walked around was kind of like this. And looking at you like this. And he was pretty skinny. He wore a jacket that was black with kind of white streaks on it. And so yeah, that's kind of my description of him. His eyes were usually very closed. He looked like he was high. And he acted like someone who would do drugs, It's people who say that weed isn't a drug. I don't know. On BitLife, when I get offered marijuana, the no answer is no, I say no to drugs. I like BitLife. Okay, first day, she's telling me that he likes her and that he's been staring at her, And in that same day, we do one of those things where you stand up and you high five someone and you do a would you rather or something, because you have to find a partner. So we did that. I partnered up with my friend Jane, and Casey partnered up with this girl. We don't really have to like say anything about her like for a name because she's not really involved in it, but she was like pretty, you know, she's like doesn't, her English is not her first language, okay? She has like an accent, she's like goofy, funny, just, and she's like kind of tall, you know, like maybe right there. So he partnered up with her. I don't know why, probably because like her friend partnered up with someone else, or maybe her friend wasn't there, I don't know, but like they partnered up, right? And God, I'm stupid. Okay, they partnered up, and then the would you rather was, I think, like, would you rather have a sore throat all the time or a runny nose all the time? And then like they'll like go around and ask you to like volunteer to say what you guys' answers were. And they went over to those two, and he said, I think he said runny nose because they probably both had them as kids, like when they were young. And there's this other kid, you know, like a class clown, but like a class clown that everyone hates. And he's mean and stupid and says like sexual stuff, you know? Like that kind of person. So that guy, if anyone needs like for reference, you probably already know who I'm talking about. But for reference, he calls himself the Booty Warrior. So anyone in my school would know who I'm talking about, right? So he was like, oh, a couple in the making. All stupid. And then I think she just like had such an intense glare on him, and she's like pretty popular, by the way. I mean, I'm not. Can you see me being popular? No, you can't. Because I'm stupid and tall and skinny and ugly. And white. Like at my school, there aren't any like white popular people. And like the popular people will be like, oh my god, I don't like want to be friends with a white girl, stuff like that. Which is cool, I guess. Okay. So I don't want to say like anything mean, because they're already mean and I don't want to say anything. So, yeah. So that happened that day. The very next day, I feel like I'm not close enough. Ew. Oh my god, literally my eye makeup is so, look at my lips. Compared to the rest of my face, and my eyebrows are disgusting. I keep going off topic and it's not okay. So the next day, like, so if you didn't get what I said before, what we do for 5th period, go to class for like maybe a minute or two, you know, he'll like take attendance, then we go to lunch, right? So basically then I like went to lunch with my friend, and we were like kind of late to lunch, so we had to sit at a table and wait for like the lines to get a little bit shorter. So as I walked past Casey, he was like sitting down, okay? Sitting down, and he was just like, hey girl, but like in a way that didn't sound like the way that I said that probably sounded like a friendly way, but like in a way that didn't sound friendly or like flirty. It sounded like attempt at flirty, you know? So yeah, and like was like just looking up at me, and I was just like, ew, you know, just like a fast ew. And then I just sat down and started talking to my friend, right? So then got my lunch, ate my lunch, went to recess. Okay, I'm in middle school, like we have recess. And that day was indoor recess, so we were like in the gyms. So like, in the line, my friend Jane was, like, telling me, oh my god, I really do think he likes me. Like, he was staring at me in every class today, and I was just like, okay, I'll ask him if he likes you. So, you know, I was like, hey, do you like Marissa? And you see, this thing, you're gonna be like, oh my god, that's not that bad. It wasn't that bad, okay, trust me. So then he was like, no, you're kind of cute though. And then, fuck. Okay, her name's Marissa. We get that, but she's Jane, okay? She's Jane. Okay, I'm so stupid, okay. So, you know, he said that. Let's just say Marissa now. And Marissa was like, like screaming, like freaking out, but like smiling, you know? Like, it wasn't she was like, oh my god, no! Like, she was just like kind of in shock, and it was like funny. So I was like trying to like calm her down, because I feel like if it was like a normal kid that said that to me, I would probably be reacting that way too. But he already seemed like pretty weird from the start. And like the way that he said that in the hallway, like, just weird. So, yeah. Let me think. Okay, the next day, we like went to lunch, went to recess, okay? Recess, we lined up to go back to class. You know, we were just waiting. We like got in line, and Casey was at the back of the line. Okay, and I was like pushing Marissa towards him, you know? Because it was like funny. Because he's weird. So I was like pushing her towards him. And she was just like, she's pushing me towards you, right to him. And then he was like, push her closer to me. And like, when I do that, like, that's what his voice sounds like. Like, and yeah, so he said that. And then he was like, I'm just kidding. As I had already, like, started quickly walking back down the hill. Like, I don't get that kind of attention ever, because like, I'm not, like, do I look like someone that someone would be attracted to? No. That's like the only people who are ever like, ew, like the like the only people who are ever like attracted to me at all are just like weird people. And like, yeah, I don't want to get too close, because then it's gonna like light all my blemishes. That's all I can see when I look in the mirror. Literally, I just thought the recording stopped. Okay, so I don't really remember what happened the day after that and the day after that. I do remember like a few instances. I remember, I think the third day, him telling these kids, like, that he liked me. Like, you know, kind of like cool kids, but like class clowns, you know? Because there are, I'd say like 2 in my class. 3, I don't know. But one of them was, you know, the guy from before, the booty warrior, as he calls himself. And like, then that guy came up to me, you know, like someone that I know, someone that I'm acquainted with. Like, I've known them since I started middle school, you know, used to be kind of friends with them in 6th grade. I'm talking about the guy, like the booty warrior. I keep calling him that. He should be called like Money. Okay, his name is Money. For a reason, you know. So he was just like walking up to me and being stupid and like dancing, like stupid, and his mouth was like, you know, he was like dancing, and he was like, my boy Sean over here, like, he likes you, or he wants to ask you out or something. And I'm just like, no. And I think another time he was like, will you marry me? I think that happened multiple times. I don't really remember much more in line. I do remember like a lot of time before lunch, he'd like walk beside me and like talk to me and like tell me really like weird, dirty jokes. Also, ew, I'm so. Wait. Ew, you can't even see that. Ew, I look so much uglier now. Oh, that's not ugly enough for you. Okay. So yeah, and like, I remember walking out the door one day, like of the class, you know, after class, and he was just like, "Move faster, girl." And then he said, "Never mind, I like being behind you." That, like, I didn't really think of it at first, and then I was like, ew. But yeah. So then, you know, he would like keep being weird and stuff, telling me those stupid, gross, dirty jokes, you know, before lunch and stuff. You know, after a while, he stopped. Like, he stopped, like, saying that kind of stuff to me. After a while. And, you know, let me just let you know, through all this time, like, people like girls, like, slutty girls like to be friends with guys who are perverts. Like they do. So that, you know, I can name a few examples of people like that. Like, they'll just talk to them for that purpose, you know? So they'll have someone creeping on them and being disgusting to them. And let me just tell you, through all these times this has happened, like that has happened, you know, to me, like it doesn't feel good, okay? Just letting you know it doesn't feel good. Like, it's like that feeling, you know, something bad is happening, but it's also like good, you know? Like the attention of it. It's like while it's happening, or like if it's right before it's happening. If it's right before it's happening, like, then I'll be like, oh my god, please don't let it happen. But like if it's not happening at all, I'm just like, I kind of missed that, you know? And it had been a while since he like said anything to me, so I was just kind of like, huh, I guess he doesn't really like me anymore. I know. So my mom's home and she's just like, mom's home. Ew, I'm so. What is that? The Sims. You're gonna be sending anything. Okay. I'm getting so off topic and like distracted. This is an interruption. But there isn't like a pause button on the video, you know? Like I can't pause it. So I don't want to edit it either. Like I really don't want to edit the video. Because the only thing I have for editing is CubeCut, and that has a watermark. Like the makeup tutorial, I should probably get rid of that. I'm gonna leave that on, okay? So I'm just gonna sit here for now, okay? Because I don't really know what I'm doing right now. So basically, I'm gonna poop myself. Okay, like, I think she said I need to take a shower. But not to me, you know, to my sister. About me, you know? So, like I was saying, you know, he wasn't saying anything to me for a while. You know, and he didn't say anything to me that day. Okay, like, that day that... What do you think we should watch? The first, like, pretty bad, more like public thing happened. Okay, because, like, by then, like, after this happened, everyone in the class knew that he liked me. Like, and like people outside of class, obviously, I like told my friends about it and stuff. But yeah, I just like get an angle. But yeah, so I don't want to look because I don't want to like get cross-eyed. I already have like wonky eyes, like ew. Hi, I'm Jenna. Okay, like I was saying, my lips look kind of glossy, and they're like, I mean, I am wearing like lip gloss, but okay, like I was saying, you know, after this happened, a lot of people knew that he liked me, but the whole thing was he liked a lot of other girls too. Like, I wasn't the only one, you know? Like, there were tons of girls he would like flirt with and stuff like that and be like weird, you know? Like, let me think. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I was the only one in that class. Like, the only one in that class. And so, this is the day that fateful day. Okay, so basically, I'm kind of freaking stupid. Why can't I remember anything? So basically, I was just, you know, in class. I don't really remember what happened, but like Casey said, I was really hot when I came into class today, but I was still only the second hottest thing, okay? Now that already just sounds so cheesy and stupid, but it's just like, he said stuff like that all the time. Like, I don't really have any other examples, but I feel like stuff like that, well, like, is number one. I think like one time outside he was like something like, is it hot out here, or like blah blah blah, or like, it's hot out here, or it's only because you're here, or something like that. I don't really know, but yeah, so he said that. I actually, okay, then the teacher was just like, Casey, can you go into the hallway? Shayna.
Yeah.
The video. Oh, yeah. So for some reason my friend was like recording at the time. Like, not planned to record that, but she did. But only that beginning part. Like, that's all that she recorded. Take a second.
Shut up.
Shut up. The lighting in your room's kind of bad.
I was really hot when I came into class today, but I was still only the second hottest thing.
Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, that's not his name.
I was really hot when I came into class today, but I was still only the second hottest thing.
And then people just started laughing, you know? Because, like, most of the people in there already knew that he liked me. But it wasn't like, I don't know. But, yeah, so basically most of the people already knew. But, you know, he said that. People were laughing. That voice is kind of like, oh, that's, you know, the one that I did air quotes for before. And then the one that's like, ah, and my friend that recorded it, Marissa. Okay. And the name that the teacher called him is like not his name, not even a little bit. But yeah, so he said that. But like, you're already like, oh my god, he probably wasn't talking about you, Jenna. You know, after he started walking out, this kid that I see is like a major asshole, like, so, I don't know, just seems like such an ass. He said, what was the hottest thing? And then, here, this was him, okay? I mean, Casey, this was Casey, okay? He was just like, Jenna. And he left. You know, like he walked out of the room. And he was already in trouble. But the whole thing is, after he said that, the entire class exploded. Like, completely exploded with laughter. And, like, I can understand that, because it's like, you think Jenna is hotter than, like, everyone else in this class? Like, that's some dumb shit. Because, like, they're pretty people in that class. Like, I don't think she was there for that. But yeah, I looked over at, a girl we're gonna call, like, Lily, okay? Because it's like a flower name, you know? But it's not Lily. So I was just like, can you see like my face so red? Because like I could feel my face like heating up. I was so embarrassed. And then like the kid who asked him, what's the hottest thing? Like he was just like, you're blushing. And then I'm just like, my face is turning red because I'm embarrassed. Like I was so embarrassed. It was really sucked. And I think the next day, he like stood by me in line. Okay, this was that fateful day. He stood by me in line and he just said something like, do you like my comment yesterday? But I didn't say anything to it. I just acted like I couldn't hear him. Okay, and then, you know, I was just walking, my friend in front of me, and then he was like back behind me, you know? So I was just walking in the line, and this is when it kind of like went like crossed the line, you know? That was my limit, okay? This was my limit. So basically, I was just walking, and he was like, hey, Jenna. And I look back, okay? And I don't want to take off my glasses because I don't want to, like, show my eye makeup. But this was him, okay? This was him. He was, like, staring at you-know-what when I was just walking. And then he said something like, I'm loving the view from back here, or something similar to that. And I swear, with all of this stuff, I swear to God on it. Like, I swear on my life that that's the stuff that I remember. For real, okay? I swear. Pinky, no, not pinky promise. Not crossing my fingers, like, I swear on my life this stuff happened, okay? And I don't like the amount that was recorded. Like, wasn't really, like, it seems suspicious, you know? Like, the length of the recording, but I swear on my life that that stuff happened, like, cross my heart. I'm not gonna say hope to die, because I don't hope to die. Sometimes. Usually, okay? Usually 98%. Which is normal, okay? It's normal. So
We're going to watch The Incredibles 2, if anyone's interested.
I am. We're gonna watch The Incredibles 2, I guess, with her boyfriend. So yeah. But that isn't. I gotta finish the story, obviously. So there are like a few more things to say. It's already like getting so close to 30 minutes, I'm going crazy. But it was. Stop. Family friendly.
You're not even recording.
Yes, I am. Well, not you. You can't. She just went into her room. She's not actually nervous. She just wants people to think that she is, you know?
Nah, stop.
You know people who are like that? Like, she's one of those people.
Bruh.
Like, trust me, she is.
Fucking dumb.
Okay. I'm just gonna lay on my stomach because I feel really just uncomfortable right now. Okay. Well, it's actually kind of my angle though, but you can't see. Maybe a little bit. Because it's not colored right, but it looks so ugly. Like, I really want to get this like a good distance away from me. Because I don't to be too close to my face, okay? I'm not gonna hurt you with that. No, why would I do that? Like my socks have like swabs on them, you know, from my cousins. Love my cousins, okay? Love them. Love you.
The cousins love giving us socks.
Yeah, socks. It's my favorite.
Socks are my favorite.
They're like my fuzzy sock providers, but they weren't fuzzy. But like, they're the best, and I felt so bad for not giving them a gift. But this is just dumb to say, okay? But in between like the aftermath of that little event, okay, I'm gonna give you a little anecdote from my best friends, Kelsey and Kylie, you know, from their garage sale, okay? So basically, you know, this is like a kind of short story, okay? So I was just there, I actually just got there, and when I got there, there was this guy there. This guy, like, kind of short, you know, he looked like he might be around 5'6". You know, like, with his family there, you know? He looked maybe around 15 or 16. Sorry. And if you weren't aware, I am 13. And so, sorry, I'm playing with Mad Matter. Don't let it distract you. But basically, I look like a mess right now. I'm sorry. My nose, like, I don't know how to do anything. So, basically, I was just at the garage sale, you know, first day that I was there, you know, it was after school. Like, this kid had, like, a drill that I guess they were selling, and it was, like, going really slow around, you know, and he was, like, holding it up to his head, like, you know, he seemed weird, possibly, like, mentally challenged, maybe just a little bit, maybe, because, like, that wasn't his regular, like, stance, but I still, like, I don't know, I got that kind of vibe. And like Kylie and Kelsey were telling me, oh yeah, like he comes to our garage sales every year. And I was like, that's weird. That like he does that and he comes every single year and it's always the same person. Like I would not come to the same garage sale every single year. Except for one specific one that's like near me and it has Beanie Babies. But so yeah, that guy was there. Okay, I was in the garage with them, you know, like wearing my pretty little black jacket with my best friend, just hanging out in her garage, you know, at that garage sale. It was so much fun. We were just talking and laughing and hugging and like being happy to see each other, you know? And I didn't see this. Okay, I didn't see it at all. I didn't hear it or anything. But the kid that I was talking about before, I guess he walked up to my friend's grandparents and great aunt and like asked them who I was. Like he asked what my name was, right? Which is like, I feel like it isn't that weird. Like everyone was like, oh my god, that's like so weird. But it's just like, maybe he like thought he recognized me from somewhere. And he was like, who is she? Or maybe like I looked like someone. But they didn't tell him. At least they said they didn't tell him. They were the ones that were like half the ones that told me that, okay? I think, I was not actually with Kylie that day, because Kylie didn't come outside. Like, their little sister, like, was one who came over and told me that, like, he just asked who you were. And, like, we were just standing there, like, hanging out. He was still there. We were, like, on the driveway now. Like, we weren't in the garage anymore. And, like, looking at stuff. And the only one who saw this was Kelsey's little sister. Okay, and I don't know, I honestly don't really know if it's true, because I don't know how really, like, trustworthy she is, but she said that he was, like, looking at me and, like, popping his jacket and, like, biting his lip, looking at me and, like, checking me out, you know? But yeah, like, a weirdo, just weird, you know? So, like, that was just a little anecdote, but, yeah, that's it for that little story. Anyways, so back to, like, the main, literally, my shoulders are getting so tired right now. This is so stupid of me. But so basically, you know, after that happened, I told Marissa immediately. I was like, oh my god, like he said that, and she was like, seriously? Like she was so like shocked, you know, and it wasn't like a smiley thing anymore, like a funny thing anymore, you know? It was just like, I know people have it worse. Don't get me wrong, like in those kinds of situations, but like, you know, I was scared, you know, and I felt so just uncomfortable, you know? No one should have to really feel that way. Like, no one should say something like that, you know? So, yeah, that happened. And it, like, kind of shocked me, obviously. You know, I told my friends, like, and they were like, oh my god, really? I'm so sorry, and stuff like that. And, you know, I went on my Chromebook, like my school Chromebook, and I went on the counselor, like, fill out sheet. You know, like, I hate the counselor. Like, I've known the counselor. He was the 7th grade counselor, and then he came and was the 8th grade counselor too. Like, freaking stupid, right? But yeah, so yeah, that counselor, like, I filled out a sheet. I didn't really want to bring in any details, but I said that it was like something that wasn't urgent. Or I think I might have filled that out in 6th period. I was like, okay, maybe like he'll call me in 7th period, because I really wanted to see him that day. Like, I wanted him to say something to Casey that day. Like, I couldn't go back into 5th period and he would be there and he would, like, you know, just talk to me. Like, I could not deal with that. So what I did was, you know, waited, and he didn't, like, call me down to his office, you know? The next day, I put in another, like, fill out thing. And, you know, he called me down. Don't really remember the class that I was in. And I was just like, okay, I need Marissa, her last name, to be in here. Because, like, she told me, like, going to the counselor, that she would come with me, okay? And that she would, like, help me. So, yeah, I just kind of, like, called her down there. I was way too, like, nervous to tell the counselor what happened. So she, like, told him, and she told him, like, this extra stuff about him. Like, talking about smoking weed and stuff. You know? And, like, that happened, you know, told him that stuff. You know, we said our goodbyes. And, you know, we just went back to class. 5th period rolls around. I go into class. Marissa's in there. Casey is nowhere to be seen. And she told me, like, during 4th period, someone, like, the teacher came into the classroom and told him to go with them. Because, like, she has a lot of classes with him, you know? And, you know, that went down. He was suspended. You know, he came back the next Monday, I think, you know, just back. But I think it was actually, no, I think it was like a week maybe that he was, like, suspended for. Like, he was suspended for a while. I thought, like, I thought it's definitely the weed thing, right? And that he, like, got expelled. Like, I thought, oh my god, he's expelled. Like, and, like, he probably, like, the cops to his house, and, like, me and Marissa, like, ruined this guy's life, right? Like, but no, he was just suspended. Like, he was back. And they were telling me, like, oh yeah, you know that guy, like, in class, blah, blah, blah. Like, Kylie told me that. And I was just like, he's back? Like, I was in shock. You know? Yeah, he was back. And, yeah, So that was a thing. He came back, like, you know, he said, like, my name. He was like, "Hi, Jenna," in the hallway one time, and I didn't say anything. Like, he wasn't talking to him, you know, he wasn't in my class anymore. I'm like, that's one thing that I'm like, okay, they switched his class for a reason. You know, and it's probably because of that, because of me and Marissa being in that class. But, yeah. So basically, only like a few little details left. You know, I had this acquaintance that went to his house once. You know, it was a dude that went to his house. And, like, he said that there were drugs everywhere. And that Casey wouldn't let him into his room because he said that there was cum all over the walls, like, literally everywhere. So, yeah, that's cool. And then, like, another time, I was just standing. And I guess Kylie and Kelsey both saw this, that he was just, like, standing there. Like, we were talking in the hallway, me and Kylie and Kelsey, and that they saw him, like, staring at my butt and, like, biting his lip. That's cool, right? Okay, that's the end of that. Okay, that's the end of that little shebangy-wangy. That sounded weird, okay. But, yeah, it's the end of that. So, thank you so much for watching if you watched. Like, if you watched all the way to the end, no, nobody watched all the way to the end. Everyone's already gone. No one's watching this right now. But, like, you're a trooper. You're a real trooper. If you skipped here, you're still a real trooper, because you had hope. You had hope that, like, maybe there would be something interesting later on. But then you're like, there wasn't. But you had hope in me, okay? You had hope in me. So thanks. Yeah, like or subscriber. Comments are my favorite. I obviously read and reply to all comments because I never get comments. If I get comments, I will obsess over them. Bye!